Advanced PE. That's a thing.
Advanced PE.
Jay,
Started even losing all his shows.
we did.
Not really.
We did it.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Packing the mail. I can barely hear myself a little bit. Yeah. Packing the mail. It's gone. I got snacks. It's gone. You still ain't seen Lion King, have you?
I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I haven't been.
You haven't seen it either?
I've got the movies 4 times since then.
I've had no desire, man.
I've seen the movie. I mean, it's
No desire.
I know you just saw it last week for the first time.
Shut up.
You okay?
You heard that?
Yeah, you okay? I felt it. It vibrated the floor.
That's your stomach?
I don't know what happened, man. Let me alone.
You need breakfast?
Leave me alone. Let's have peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Take, eagle went away.
Are we live? Are we live?
Yeah.
How many people are there?
I'm trying to.
Can we drink out of these?
No, don't. It's really, it's more for decoration.
I want to pour my coffee.
Oh, you're gonna end up pouring the Coke and the coffee and the water in there. It's gonna be a big hodgepodge of just bad drink. It's just a whole
Drinks on the
thing.
table. Look at the amount of drinks. Why do you have 3 different drinks?
Because I have 3 different desires at times. The soda.
Control them.
The carbonation. The water gives me the water of life and what I need, and the coffee gives me the caffeine that I need.
Why are you always tired?
Yeah, man.
I think too much sleep can make you more tired. I think I wasn't getting enough sleep on the road. I think since I've been home, I've been sleeping too much.
You supposed to be riding.
It's true.
I had Kiara.
Oh, enough with the Kiara. Stop using her to blame everything.
She's not a crutch.
Kiara
She's a
starts school
person.
Tomorrow, you need to get on your routine. What time does school start, Kiara?
7.
Come say hi to these people so they can stop having to hear about you and your
hello.
dad be blaming everything on you and his whole life.
Hurry up.
Me?
Don't yell at her.
Come
She's
in
a
here.
beautiful black woman in the making.
Huh?
Come in and say hi to the people so your dad can stop blaming. This is who Doughboy's gonna blame everything on. Hold on, you're not in frame yet.
Come
Okay,
in the middle.
Oh.
This is baby Kiara. She's Doughboy's daughter.
Hi.
She's a great
Oh,
child.
I see
We
it.
love her.
I'm on the.
Yeah, this is you. It's a little delayed.
Do I face that way? Or say hi
Yeah.
over there? Which one?
Just say hi.
Enough with don't push her. Yes, on
Yeah.
eye right here. Other eye.
Hi guys, my name's Kiara.
She's a sweetheart. Oh, thank you, Kiara.
Bye.
Bye.
No.
What time do you start school, Kiara?
8.
8 a.m.
Oh, that's plenty of time.
How far is the school from the house?
5 minutes.
1 mile away.
Okay, what time you gonna have her there by?
8 o'clock.
No, I'm talking
7:45.
7:45. You better be up here at 8:15.
You gonna be
And
here
I'm
too?
talking about computer class.
You got a whole computer right there.
You need to be up in here writing and working.
I'm gonna have my workout out the way too. I'm back in the gym tomorrow.
And what time you get out, Kiara?
Just make sure you shower before you come, so you don't be stinking the place.
3 o'clock. Boom. No lunch. You go eat lunch after you pick her up. Postmates it in. You gotta get back on it now.
Hey man, my daughter's here. My
Get
best
back
friend.
on it. All right, crack it out so we can get to the right pack. Hello, everyone. We finna start it off. Y'all
Slate
deserve
it.
this. Slate.
Can we get a slate?
Where'd it go?
Found it.
Wood glue, Joshy.
I know, I haven't been able to go.
All right, the tour's gonna be over. We gotta get all that together. Righteous and ratchet.
Hold on, man. Not sleeping yet.
Sorry.
I guess. Slate that.
Righteous and ratchet, take 1. Can we, I guess they don't mind that they can see a little corner of the phone.
Nobody
They- They said that?
No,
Oh.
never mind. All right.
Okay.
I mean, I can bring it closer to you.
It's fine.
All right.
It would be further, wouldn't it?
Oh.
Oh, that's great, Josh. Okay. That was fantastic, actually. You're so smart.
Make sure we see all the
You
dope
sure I
boys
got my
drinks.
idea, by the way,
copy?
but-
No, stop,
Just
stop.
like
Just
my
leave it
points
alone.
are
You already
better.
have
You're
three
not
things to
gonna
drink
watch
out
it.
of, man. You don't need a
Watch it.
fourth.
No, you're not.
I will watch
You
it.
don't even pick up your bottles. You're not gonna watch
I've
it.
been taking my bottles out of here.
I took your bang can out last week. Don't do that.
Did you?
Yeah.
You just gave me props for taking my stuff, and you were like, "Oh, you're throwing your stuff away."
They're vicious.
Yeah, take that back, bro.
All right. Kick it off, man. If I fire on you.
All right. Good. Whoa, you hear that? Stomach.
That's just the wings.
So,
Rearranging.
you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
I gotta put my grill in.
Oh my gosh.
You really don't. But then you're just gonna take it out and you're gonna go. That's disgusting. It's so nasty. Every time you do it, I cringe. So gross.
All right, you guys ready? All right, here we go.
All right.
All right, here we go. What up? This is your boy Doughboy.
And Kev on stage. Hallelujah.
And this is another installment that started off to the left. Righteous and ratchet and bonus episode. Kiara now lives here and she starts school tomorrow. And I'm a good father, aren't I? I'm not.
Ah!
What up?
Y'all, at Doughboy's request, we switched the setup back to the original.
Yes, doesn't this feel much more natural, guys?
It feels more.
Tell me you don't like it a little
I
bit
like
more.
it.
Because it was always so weird, like.
Well, it's
the
a
other way.
lot of buying to turn for you when you have to reposition.
I've
Can
said-
we
I've
take
said-
it back?
I've said this
It was your
several times. Can we
suggestion.
take-
Sometimes in life you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. You squeezed it out. You got a little Joshy. And now you can't put him back. He came out on a Mini Cooper.
How you do it? Ha ha ha.
All right, so
It's a lot of things to talk about on the docket.
and the main thing is Jay Z The Opps?
Ooh.
Let me set the stage for the people in case you are not familiar.
You set the table, then we gon' eat.
Okay. James Z.
Sean Carter.
James Z. Sean Carter. Last week, I believe it was, officially partnered with the NFL on I don't know the exact title of his relationship, but essentially he's supposed to be helping to book acts for the Super Bowl with the NFL.
Right.
Entered into a business relationship with the NFL.
True.
And the internet was up in arms.
And to make sure we said it all correctly, there was also being talks to him possibly becoming a
Well, that came
owner.
later.
Okay.
So first it was he's partnered with the NFL officially.
Right.
A couple days later, it was he is in talks to be a minority owner. The internet was up in arms, mainly because on the Carters, I believe it was Brother Hope, said something about I don't need you, the NFL. You need me. We in stadiums too. And now,
Oh, he actually said that on a song.
yes, that lyric was getting quoted all over Twitter. I don't need you. We in the NFL. I mean, we in stadiums too. So now there's two sides of the argument. Half the people are, I don't know if it's even half. A good portion of the internet is upset with Brother Z. They're saying, how could you? How dare you? You took advantage of Colin Kaepernick's hard work. He's been criticized by the laymen and celebrities. Hold on, before we speak, let me set the table. How could you? Colin Kaepernick lost everything. You came and swooped up and in business with the enemy. I thought you was for us. Jay Z went on interview and he was like, somebody asked him, would you rather stand or kneel if it was you? And he was like, we passed kneeling. It's time to move on. Criticized by Jamel Hill, lots of people saying it felt like a gut punch and, all this
Oh,
and that.
Jamel Hill was talking some stuff?
Jamel Hill wrote about it in The Atlantic. Then Eric Reed, who was the guy who knelt with Colin Kaepernick.
He's still currently a player.
Currently a player. So he was like basically Jay Z's ops. How could you? Like, how could you, right? You never paid in full. They said Jay Z's
So they put
Rico.
that on silence.
Yeah,
So that's
it's my wife.
I understand, but
I'm sorry, she doesn't usually text, but she's texting. I don't know how to turn it off.
okay.
I'm just holding.
Okay.
So Eric Reed criticized him. It was on SportsCenter everywhere, and then people were mad at Eric Reed. How you gonna criticize while you play in the NFL?
Say, man, you're getting that bag.
You collecting a check. How dare you? Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And
one more layer you forgot.
what did I forget?
The Jermaine Dupri layer.
Oh, that just dropped today.
Yeah.
Lo and behold,
Oh, no.
looks
and
like Brother
behold.
Carter. He asked, was it last year?
Yeah.
Jermaine Dupri was like, yo.
They came to Jermaine Dupri and was like, hey, we're working through. And Jay Z gave him a call like, whoa. Money is a thing. Don't take it from them. You see what I did there? So he told him not to do it. And then,
And Brother Dupri did not do
he was
it.
like, all right, I won't do it. Then months later, Jay Z was like, well, I'll do it. I thought you didn't want me to do it for the culture. No. The culture of my business.
And also,
I
Jay Z was
was
criticized because he was trying to get he was campaigning for Travis Scott not to perform in the Super Bowl, and they were saying, "Was that for social justice?" He was like, "Nah, that was just because you gonna be second fiddle to Maroon 5." So, is Jay Z the ops or nah? I'd love to hear your thoughts.
First of all, Jay Z can never be the ops.
No, he can.
He can never.
Nah.
He can. Let me tell
He
you
can
what.
never
No,
be
he
the
can't.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you one thing.
Never be the
Before
ops.
I know, I
I'll
just
get
want
it
to say
out,
this.
though. I wanna
I'm
hear it.
never gonna be the fan that absolves celebrities from making mistakes.
Okay.
He could be the ops. Maybe not in this thing, but I'll never be in the, he could never do no wrong. He could.
Well,
Go ahead.
it would be very, very tough for
Okay,
me to
there you go.
see a scenario in which Jay was.
What's
said
that
ops.
scenario?
All right, so okay. I've got to speak how I truly feel.
Joe,
about this.
if you
I feel
don't
like
do
this.
nothing
I
else,
expect nothing less.
speak from
Okay.
here. Speak from that big old enlarged heart.
Okay, with the whole football thing, because I've been saying this behind the scenes for a while. It's like, enough. Okay, like I get it. I'm not saying that we should not be, boycotting and protesting for things. We should, but I feel like it comes to a point where this was starting to become more and more about Colin Kaepernick. It's just about Colin Kaepernick and not necessarily the things that he was trying to highlight. Now, me as a person that used to be a 49er fan, I used to be a diehard 49er fan, I gotta honestly say, Colin Kaepernick wasn't that great of a quarterback.
He's not that good of a
He
quarterback.
wasn't. Look, this is what I'm saying.
Can I ask you one question
Well,
about that, though?
Sure.
Do you think he's so bad that he shouldn't be in the NFL?
No.
Okay.
No. So, but this the thing, and what a lot of people be forgetting is he could have stayed with the 49ers. He opted out of his own contract, betting on himself.
If I was you there, that was a foregone conclusion they weren't going to bring him back. So him opting out wasn't like, let me opt out and test the market. It was like, look, whether you opt in or opt out, we're going to cut you. Like, we're going in a different direction. So it's not like
Are you sure about that?
Yes, absolutely. The 49ers, no, because they brought in your boy, who they traded for, Garoppolo, I think.
They brought him in way later. They were never on the team at the same time.
Well, and
From what I remember with his age, even Colin was like, look, I knew that wasn't a deal. He actually never had any gripe with the 49ers. He was like, they were going a different direction. They kept him the whole season.
I'm almost 100% positive that we offered him a deal and he turned up at it like, nah, I'm good.
I'm pretty certain.
bro, he only came in because Alex Smith was out.
Yeah, no, he was before Alex Smith, wasn't he?
No. He came
No.
in. He came in. I think
No,
when
he
Alex
came
Smith
in
got
after
injured.
Alex Smith. And that's when he
was the bridge to Garoppolo.
He had his moment, but
But the 49ers were moving
we,
on from him because he wasn't the starter that year,
No,
right?
I don't think they were. That's what I'm saying. I really believe.
No, they were moving on. I promise you that much. I know they were not like, let's re-sign you. And I don't know if where was the kneeling. It probably was.
Okay.
But no one even blames the 49ers. Like,
Okay. So we'll agree to disagree there. But what I'm saying is this: I feel as if I was starting to question how long are we going to do this? Because at this point, it's like, okay, we're like 3 years into this. Are we just supposed to hate football for the rest of our lives? Like, I think that at some point something did need to happen, and they just paid him last year, or was that earlier this year?
Grievance?
Yes, so he got paid. Him and Eric Reed got paid.
Earlier this year.
Yeah, so he got paid some crazy amount of money.
Well, we don't know the amount.
Okay, he got a deal with Nike through. So I'm just like, bro, at some point, I get it. I'm not saying that the NFL was not wrong or that they didn't deserve to be called out on what they were doing. Excuse me. Gotta wipe them brushes off.
I got some napkins.
Yeah, pneumonia of the boobs. So that's the thing. So at some point, I was just like, this needs to end at some point. So no, I don't feel like Jay Z is the ops. I feel like he's doing what should naturally be done. Like, okay, we've talked about this for a couple years now. What's the next natural move?
Okay, here's my thoughts. And this is the thing. Here's why I like talking about this on podcast form, because on the internet, everything is black and white. And in life, everything is nuanced. It's not exactly perfect, and you know what I mean?
The world is more gray.
It's more gray, and it's hard to have these discussions in 140 characters on Twitter.
True.
So there's a lot of layers into it. First layer to me being this. Okay, so here's where the situation's murky.
Okay.
Colin Kaepernick's kneeling was to bring awareness to police brutality in America.
True.
Okay, so he was boycotting something that the NFL could not actually do anything about. Right? So he's using his platform to boycott something that's happening outside of football because he's a football player.
Right.
So here's where the situation gets murky. And say the Montgomery bus boycott. We are going to boycott the bus system because we can't sit anywhere on the bus.
True.
The boycott doesn't stop until we can sit anywhere on the bus. So part
so
of the
reason, a very tangible way to see things.
It's tangible and it's directly linked.
Right.
This boycott has this specific goal. Until we get this goal, we're doing this boycott, and they're tied together. So an awareness boycott is hard for the NFL to do anything about awareness,
because
right?
There's not those markers that you can see.
Because they are not, like, what is the goal, right? You know what I mean? So it's not like, is it to stop police brutality? You know, it's to bring awareness, I get that, but how much awareness is enough? How do you do this? How do you do, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to quantify a successful awareness boycott, right? So, that's fine. What happened was he gets cut, and then he's effectively blackballed. Now, why I say effectively, because maybe Colin Kaepernick wasn't going to start. I'll actually give you that. I think he's good enough to start. I'm talking about year one. He's good enough to start, but maybe coaches, teams start off, now we got a rookie, we got a veteran, whatever. But there's what, 32 NFL teams?
Right.
Most carry at least 2 quarterbacks, some 3.
At least 2.
Yeah, most carry. Well, I was gonna say some carry 3.
Right.
But most carry.
So at least
most
64.
carry 3. So at minimum,
right.
There's 64 employable quarterbacks. Right now, what happened was I don't want to call them people who didn't think police brutality awareness. People who didn't think Colin Kaepernick was doing this right. Didn't think he should be doing that. They're a very vocal group. The NFL, if nothing else, they don't want a sideshow. This cost Terrell Owens his job, Chad Ochocinco. Like, they're pretty consistent about, if there's a lot of media attention, we'll cut you. Not if you do something wrong.
True.
If you beat your wife and nobody knows about it, that's one thing. If you beat your wife and there's video, another thing. Ray Rice, case in point, punched his wife, told the NFL, I punched my wife. He got suspended for 4 games, I think.
It actually wasn't even a thing at first.
Right. Then the video comes out that they know now he's suspended.
Oh, the video, it's like now you have no career.
There's coaches. There's Greg Hardy, who threw his girlfriend on a bed full of guns, then goes to the Cowboys and gets signed. So it's not that the NFL wants perfect people. They just don't want distractions. And so Colin Kaepernick's kneeling was a distraction. The media's talking about it. Fans don't like it. So the NFL is not hiring him because of his ability or lack thereof. They're not hiring him. I don't even think the owners really care one way about police brutality or the other. They just care that y'all care. And the people who care are loud.
Yeah, but see, this is what I felt honestly about how owners probably was looking at him in the situation. I feel like they were looking at it like this. Is he good enough to play in the league? Yes. Nobody can say that he isn't. Is he good enough to deal with all of the media attention that was going to come? Because there was different teams that were offering him deals, like the Ravens had like
considering.
Right.
Considering.
And when they reached out, they were like, well, what are you going to be doing about, are you still gonna be doing this moving forward? And he was just like, well, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? So
And
it's
you're
like,
still going to be doing the kneeling, yes.
so it's just so.
Yeah, we got our quarterback.
So I think that it's
It's
not
a
that he
whole
wasn't good enough. I just felt like, was he good enough to deal with all of this, the circus atmosphere that was going to come around, because it's such a racial thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yes.
so heavily divided, and that's what I'm saying. I do applaud him for doing it, and maybe even like after a year, then just being like, all right, well now, you know what I mean?
Well,
Because
see, that's the problem.
then
Like,
it just became like,
well, he only did it for a year.
bro, it's been like,
No, it's
he's
been
out of the
three. He's been
league.
out of the league for 3 years, but he only
Right.
knelt for a year.
Right.
So that's my thing. I think
And you know,
exactly what you
you know
said.
what a lot of people also don't realize too, because he was doing a lot of this stuff and it really wasn't a huge deal. You know when it really became a big deal? When Trump tweeted about it.
It was a big deal before
But it
that,
wasn't.
but
that,
it became.
That's when it became.
That's when all
definitely
parties.
took gas.
That's
Right.
when all parties were like, "Well, he's disrespecting the flag. He's disrespecting
Right.
this and this." Which
Yeah.
And then you had like veterans and stuff that were like, when you asked them about it, they're like, no, we fought so he could have that right to
Right.
do that. So
people
then it just
people just the average fan, the ones that were vocal, just wanted to watch their sports in peace.
Right.
It's a very shut up and dribble.
right.
Just play, right? Now I believe so Michael Vick's crime was actual crime, was way more egregious.
Fighting dogs.
The dog fighting,
Right.
like he actually went to prison
He got locked up, sat down.
and still came back. And you know how people feel about dogs.
Oh my.
But guess what? Michael Vick, they were like, look, forget about that distraction.
Oh, do you make
Are you
my
still
point?
as fast as you
So
were?
you making my point
Right.
for me? Because he was so good.
No, I agree.
That's what
I
I'm
agree
saying.
that
Colin ain't good like that.
right. But here's the thing about that. I agree he wasn't Michael Vick. He may not be Tom Brady or Russell Wilson, but he's Nathan Peterman. He better than Nathan Peterman. Nathan Peterman was the Bills.
But I think your argument is that he's good enough to be a backup quarterback.
My argument is this. He should not have a job. He's not so bad. I think he's good enough to be in the league.
Let me ask
That
you this.
that
Let me ask you
action.
this. Let me ask you this.
Hold on, I'm going to say this,
Go
and then
ahead.
you can ask me.
All right.
That action cost him a job when he should not have lost that job.
That's
you see what I'm
what
saying?
you say.
That's what I'm
to
saying.
be
I feel
fair
like-
with everybody else's situation who's had their own
Yes.
allegations that are much. I mean, I'm not.
He didn't even commit a
comparing,
crime.
that's
He
what I'm saying.
exercised his American right.
And like the NFL has
And the
probably
NFL
the biggest track record with domestic violence.
Oh.
It's the worst.
But see, but
Drug use, it's out of this world. And then they basically admitted that by giving him the grievance. They admitted, like, okay, we low-key blackballed you.
yeah.
But the thing is, and I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, but this is for one, and then and you can answer this as well. I know you're a football guy too. Can you name me 3 backup quarterbacks right now in the league? Just 3.
Well, I didn't watch football the last year or two.
Can you just name me 3 backup quarterbacks anywhere, anytime that you could just think of a backup quarterback?
Mark Sanchez was a backup. They brought in Matt Barkley. J.P. Lawson was a backup. Let's see. Carson Wentz was the starter, so that would make Nick Foles the backup, and Nick Foles led them to the Super Bowl when Carson Wentz got hurt. So you can switch those.
Okay, my point is,
But
That's
I
just
mean,
off the top of
like 30
Colin was a backup before he came in already.
Colin was better.
But what
than,
I'm saying is that backup quarterbacks don't be worth. This was if you have somebody as, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that if you have a situation that is big enough and explosive enough to where the president of the United States is chiming in and giving his 2 cents on it, and then it's like, okay, I gotta bring this guy in. There's gonna be a bunch of reporters here asking about this dude every single day. He at least needs to be good, and I just don't feel like he was worth that. Like. And I'm coming from somebody who used to root for the team.
Moot point. He's good enough to be in the NFL.
Yes.
Not good enough. Maybe not to start. He's good enough to be on a team.
Right.
There's not 64
But
people
do
better
you-
than him.
Can you honestly say, since this whole thing?
Well, here, let me ask you this question before you.
Okay.
Colin never nails. You think he's still in the league the last 3 years?
Yeah.
That's the whole point. If he doesn't do that, he'd be in the league. You wouldn't even be thinking about it. He might not be starting, but he'd be in the league. The Seahawks, all these people with running quarterbacks, he would have been had a job. So since he knelt, that cost him his job. That's the point.
Okay. So, but do you? I just feel like his point still could have been made
If he
if
did
he just did it. No, yeah, I'm just saying, like you do it, you see it as a problem, and then just like there was a different way. I feel Like it could have been done.
And you know, that's what they said about every protest
right.
ever. You guys want to sit with us?
That-
Everybody wants you to protest in a way they don't have to see it.
but see, that's the thing.
But would it be effective if he's marching?
But when you start these protests and you start these things, you have to at least know if you're going to put your job, the way that you provide for your family on the line, shouldn't there at least be a tangible marker to say that I have fulfilled my quota or my destiny of what I planned out to do? Because if not, it just seems like you just did this.
Well, I think as long as he feels like the country is mistreating black people, he's gonna kneel.
He started the conversation.
Yeah. So whether that could end or not, that's not up to him. So if he were Russell Wilson and he's still kneeling and he's still starting.
So with all things considered, no, side note, I do feel like if he was a better quarterback, that he would have been able. He still would have kept playing.
So let's move past this because we supposed to be talking about Jay Z.
Okay,
So Colin lost his job.
Right.
So the criticism of Jay Z is that he capitalized in both ways. Capitalized on the opportunity and capitalism. Capitalized on Kaepernick's lost job, and is now going to profit from what Kaepernick lost. That's what Eric Reed's criticism is. And that's pretty much what the internet.
Do you feel that way? Do you agree with that?
I want to hear your thoughts because I've been talking.
I don't think that is the way that it is, and I feel like what Jay Z was doing is he was moving the conversation forward. At the end of the day, the NFL is a business that employs a lot of black people, whether it's personnel, coaches. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of black people. So what I'm saying is he's moving the conversation forward, like. Okay, we have acknowledged that there is a problem in America. We have shined the light on it. Now let's move forward. I don't feel like he's capitalizing off of what Kaepernick did. Like Kaepernick did what he did. He made his decision. He got a grievance for it. He got a Nike deal. And I'm pretty sure if he wanted to be a part of this, that he could have.
I think that one of those commercials is Emmy nominated too.
A part of the NFL deal?
Yes. Why wouldn't he be able to be a part of it?
Part of the booking acts? No. Here's my thing.
That he wasn't going to be able to be a part of that.
No, he wasn't going to be part of that.
Okay.
Here's my thing. I like Jay Z. I think Jay Z does a lot of good with the community. Rock Nation.
Tread lightly, man.
No, I'm not treading lightly on nothing. This is my feeling. You didn't tread lightly? This is how I feel. My first reaction was, that's weak. What Jay Z gave the NFL was an ability to move past this. He gave them a shield. Hey man, guys, come on. You got your own guy in there. All the NFL ever wanted out of this is to not have to talk about it anymore. They don't care about the kneeling, standing, brutality or not. We just don't want to talk about this no more. Last year, it was a big deal. People kneeling, boycotting the NFL. Now, we, the NFL, can say, hey, guys, who do you love? Huh? Jay Z, it's a hard knock life for us. Come on, this is your guy.
I feel like they're assuming it's going to be an easy transition like that. But I don't believe that Jay Z would kind of try and use that in the sense of like feeding a fire for giving them an out. I feel like he is going to go in and do something genuine in the sense of trying to change the narrative in that sense. Because he's too strategic to do something like that out of left field.
Whatever his motives are, and I agree with you, whatever his motives and motivations are, he's already given them an out. Doughboy, who's on the fence, Jay Z, we good. Doughboy just wanted a reason to be able to watch football again.
Okay, and I'm glad you said that, because now let me say my true feelings on this. And this is why I am very applaudative.
Just run with it. Just move past. Don't
reference
more
it.
attention.
This is why I'm very excited of what Jay Z has done. Sports, movies, comedy, entertainment, to me, have provided a safe haven from the woes and the problems of the world. Life be hard, bro. It's hard to watch the news sometimes. You seeing innocent black men being murdered by police. You seeing injustices of all kinds. Sometimes it's enough to be an overload mentally. And I would prefer, back in the day, dude, don't you remember 3-4 years ago when you used to set your lineup for your fantasy football? How it was just a break from regular life. Just break from from relationships, kids. It's like I'm setting up my lineup, man. I need Vic to go, man. Patrick Mahomes. It was a fun time, and then I felt like politics and this the way of the world found its way into it, and then it just kind of took it away from me. Then it was like I couldn't even watch football. I felt guilty as a black man for wanting to watch football for something that gives me joy. If nothing else, one day a week I can sit and listen in front of the TV, unplugged, not worry about how messed up the world can really be. And that was something I felt like we got robbed from, and I felt like, okay, I get it. Whatever we're saying needs to be paid attention to. I get it. But can we get back to watching this game that I truly love? Do I gotta stop being? What am I supposed to do on Sundays now? Like, I don't know. Like, what do you want me to do? Just for the rest of my life, where I'm never going to enjoy this game that I grew up loving and watching? So I thank Jay Z for just finally bringing it back. Like, okay, can we fix this thing, and then can we watch football?
Let me tell you what.
Kev was brewing over
I'm
there.
so trying not to talk over Doe and in life, but I'm like crawling on the inside. That is exactly what people want. When the police brutality doesn't affect white people, okay? Not in the same way it does black people. The thing they're bothered by Colin Kaepernick is what everything you said is exactly what they say. Yes, y'all, I know, y'all deal with that stuff. I don't really want to hear it though. I want to watch football in peace. And now y'all bringing that stuff in here. LeBron James, the Laura Ingraham comment, shut up and dribble. See, man, y'all wearing shirts about Eric Garner. He can, that's man, I just want to see you dunk. I don't really care about none of your problems and what it's like to be black in America. You're big and fast and strong. You play the sport I want, so I don't have to think about your life. You're paid millions of dollars. Just shut up and play. Because I don't want to have to think about the world. But the problem is, in the world we live in, it's different for me and you. When you get pulled over, you're never thinking, this is going to go well. Perfect, no problem. I was watching Seinfeld this morning. He got pulled over. This is obviously Seinfeld, but white people, they're not worried. They're not about to have a gun pulled on them. So when black people are like, yo, this is happening to us, I'm a figure in society. Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, I'm an athlete. What can I do about this? I might not be able to change laws, but I can at least say, yo, this is super weak. And I know y'all just want me to play sports and this and that, but I actually feel like this is wrong and we need to call attention to it. When we call attention to it, maybe we can enact change through the legislation and all this type of stuff, right? But most people don't care about that. Most people just want to watch their sports and play fantasy
That's
football.
all part of the problem.
You right out of the playbook about people who you don't want to think about
Josh,
it.
you come to my defense?
I can't, bro, because that backs up the point where you're like, I get what you're saying, but you didn't have to do it during the national anthem.
Do it somewhere else, which is saying I don't want to see it. Through all the civil rights protests, you know what Martin Luther King used to say? The thing that doesn't kill me is the Ku Klux Klan. It's not them. It's the white moderate. It's the person who says, yeah, maybe you guys should be able to eat in the front, but can y'all protest somewhere else? I'm just trying to grab my sandwich.
Figure it out later. I just want to.
Now's not the time.
I understand how I have just been painted in the way you said it.
You are the painter. You picked up
Van Doe.
Those are your, but that's a lot of people.
But
I understand what you're saying.
I just feel like there
like
needs to be a reprieve from it at some point.
It's not that
and
easy.
it needs to at least be like, well, at least let's set up an end game for this. Like, all right, we're going to boycott, but we're gonna stop eventually.
You just want to watch football.
I do, and am I wrong for that?
You don't care about the bigger picture.
I do care about the bigger
not
picture.
Enough. There's my thing. You don't care enough to be inconvenienced. And
I've been inconvenienced for 3 years.
We've been inconvenienced our whole life as black people. What's more important to you? Being able to be pulled over by police and not be afraid, or be able to watch football on Sunday?
Bro, that's 16 weeks a year, right? How many games they have?
16
playoffs.
Yeah, the playoffs and other. It's the season runs from September to February.
Yeah, it's a good amount of time, but I mean, there's a bigger topic, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we got to be more than just. You sound like the whites. Yeah,
I sound like the whites.
You sound like the. You
Josh,
know what you
don't
sound
give
like?
me that
You know what you
dismissive.
sound like?
You sound like the whites.
You
look.
sound like ASAP Rocky. Bro,
No.
What did ASAP Rocky say?
Don't put me in that.
What did ASAP Rocky say?
No.
Man, y'all over here protesting and stuff. That ain't really my problem, man. I live in Beverly Hills. Until we, snap. I actually need y'all to come to my defense. I'm in Switzerland. They tripping on your boy. Just watch the game. Because guarantee you get arrested, you get wrongfully beat up, you're going to want the community to come to your side. Hey, y'all, you see what they did to me? Oh, yeah, man, that's crazy, man. Football's on. I know you're going to want some people to march on your behalf.
Josh, have my
Josh
back.
can't
You
help
always
you.
got
Don't
something to
drag me
say.
into this. I
Josh,
said
you
what I
always
said.
got something to
I said
say.
what I said.
That's why I've been watching Premier League soccer.
You-
And I know nothing. You talk about let me go to Europe and learn what y'all talking about because I still want to watch sports. But and the NFL, here's the thing about the NFL. Outside of the Colin Kaepernick, NFL been trash on the low key for a long time.
Why?
Bro, player safety. These brain injuries are killing y'all. We're gonna say it's fine.
Domestic violence.
15 years they've known about concussions and stuff. They didn't care. You play the game, we'll pay you enough money to be rich for a little while. You're more than likely not going to live to 70 or 80. We're not even going to tell you the truth about this
It's
stuff.
dance monkey dance.
When I was a kid playing football, it is. When I was a kid playing football, they call concussions getting your bell rung. Suck it up. Go and play. If you don't play, somebody else is going to play for you. Then the domestic violence issue. This is from players, coaches, kickers, black, white, otherwise. Like, we don't care what you do to your wives, bro. Just play this game until we find out. So most leagues don't operate like that. So player safety, domestic violence, black issues, not caring. Like, they're not the police, so they can't do anything. But effectively blackballing somebody for speaking out, that was more the final straw for me than the last thing. So they're never going to get me back to a true fan like I was. I had Sunday Ticket. I had 3 or 4
Me too.
fantasy leagues. I bought
That's
jerseys.
when we first started hanging out. We
Yeah.
had fantasy.
Bro, I'm cool.
That's all I'm saying. I don't be wanting to sound like a part of the problem, but I just be wanting to break from just life be difficult.
There's ways you can supplement that though. That
The NBA's great.
there's so many other distractions. Soccer.
I get it. I do
I
get it.
just used to love football, man.
Of course,
So-
man, we
And
all
I
did.
feel like I'm less woke if I like it.
Doe, you gotta feel how you feel. I'm not gonna shame you for how you feel, but I'm not gonna act like you didn't just come out of the MAGA playbook on it.
Some said I'll come out of the MAGA
Let me tell
playbook.
you what. So to Eric Reed criticized the NFL, and people are like, "How you gonna criticize him? You playing in the league?" You know what that sounds like? You don't like America? Leave. It's the same logic.
Yeah.
How can you criticize him when you play? This man trained his whole life to do this.
Right.
This is what he's skilled in. This happens. He was blackballed and then like unblackballed. The Panthers were like, look, man, just be quiet and tackle. Like, you can still do your kneeling and stuff. So the NFL's not, the thing about it, they're not enabled to do this. Like, they did it.
So-
Eric
so-
Reed still kneeling and playing for the Panthers. The Panthers picked him up. He was out there
That's
for a
what I'm
year
telling
and
you.
a
The
half.
reason why it got so blown out of proportion is because of Trump. Trump tweeting about Kaepernick.
I agree with that. But that's what I'm proving to you. The NFL, as a league, and as a group of individual owners, they have the ability to do that. They basically got together and was like, man, he ain't gonna play over here because it's gonna cost us money. And that's what happened. The NFL was like, you finna mess with our pockets because our fans like you were saying, I'm gonna boycott the game if y'all let him play. Support the truth, blah blah blah. We're gonna boycott the game. If you let him play in this league, we're boycotting. And the NFL is like, look, we really just don't want to deal with it.
Well, do you think so? Is your overall part of thinking or line of thinking that Jay is the ops in this situation?
That was more of a clever title. Here's my thing. I think 2 things can be true. I think Jay Z could think he's going to impact change. I think Jay Z might even be able to impact change later on down the line.
Well, because I just think that why else would he be doing this? This can't be for money for him. He's a billionaire. He's a billionaire.
So, what's better than 1 billionaire? 2.
He said.
You think that man's stopping at $1 billion?
But do you think that this is money motivated?
Yes.
So do you really?
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. So let me
You gotta
handle
put
my
that pause in it
business.
so it makes more.
Why do we think Jay Z is a great Samaritan?
Because he has enough money to where. Can I finish?
Yes.
When you have $1 billion, 50 million ain't gonna make you get out of bed.
Doe, Jay Z don't have NFL owner money. These people are billionaires 3 and 4 times over.
So you feel like
I feel like what Jay Z's trying to do, and I don't think. Here's the thing: these things don't have to be mutually exclusive. You can have good intentions and still have a bad impact. He might think I'm going to get in, I'm going to make some change, and he might even be able to. He still got to capitalize off what Kaepernick lost. He might.
So you feel like he is capitalizing off of this?
Yes. He's done a lot. And maybe Jay Z said, okay, if I get an NFL team, I can have more money. I can be an owner. I can hire a black coach. I can hire black staff, maybe more black quarterbacks to do this. That could be true. This opportunity for Jay Z does not exist without Kaepernick's sacrifice.
So you mean to tell me in your heart of hearts that but I know you're not as big of a Jay Z fan as I am.
I'm a big Jay Z fan. I didn't listen to every album, but I consumed his music over the years.
So you believe that over these last few years, by him doing things like telling Jermaine Dupri he shouldn't take this job, calling Travis Scott saying, I don't think that you should perform at the whatchamacallit, you know what I'm saying? Doing the thing like we stand with Kaepernick. You think that he had all these good intentions for black people then, and then when it all came down to it and deciding, okay, I'm going to have a relationship with the NFL, it was, I think I can make a couple dollars doing this.
I think Jay Z saw an opportunity to do something and he capitalized. He jumped at it.
And you think that the motivation behind that was money?
I don't know what his motivation was.
I think his motivation has to be that he can change things.
I think he's getting paid for it. He wouldn't do it for free.
Of course, no one's doing it
So
for free.
He has to be at least partially motivated by money. He's not volunteering. Rock Nation inked the deal. So obviously some of his motivation is money. It can't be this ain't the Girl Scouts, the Boys Club. He's not coaching a team of little leaguers. It's not Snoop. I'm gonna put some money into the hood so y'all. No. Jay Z is in bed with the people. He just said we off that. You just said the Carters came out last year. You just said we off that.
Well, something must have happened in the conversation. They must have told him something different.
The NFL came and said, "Look, we gonna pay you and your company to take care of this for us."
Josh, you gotta chime in on this, man. Come to my side.
Bro, this is something that I've been thinking about since the headline came out like 2 or 3 days ago, because it was so out of left field and almost that the fact that it's borderline like questioning character is the entire reason why the internet flipped upside down because of it. It's because of lyrics like that from the Carters that, like you said, just came out, that are just making everybody thinking about like, all right, there's like, what is the motive? Like, what is the MO and why now? It didn't happen in 5 years when maybe something could have transitioned out. Because it's still an early topic. It's only been 3 years since all this has happened. Kaepernick's still putting videos out like, I've been training every day, I'm still ready. You know what I mean? Like, this stuff is still ongoing. So the fact that this is still happening in this climate is what made it feel like it's out of left field. It's
That's
not like,
the key.
And it's not like Hove's been campaigning anything like, all right, let's figure out ways. There were no talks about any of this beforehand. It just came out. Oh, Rock Nation's got a deal to help bring acts and then like represent like I don't think it was like social something.
Social justice.
But
social justice initiative.
Even like
NFL don't care about social justice. Here's $80 million, so we can say we gave y'all $80 million and y'all can shut up.
But at what point, like, what were they supposed to do? They paid Colin and they paid Eric Reed.
So that makes everything else okay? No, I don't understand.
They paid him for lost wages. But here's the thing, though. They paid Colin Kaepernick for lost wages. He's still losing money right now. And here's the thing. The NFL, and this I know they was reaching out to people who was out of the league 2 or 3 years. Hey, man, you want to come work out? We need a backup quarterback. Reaching past Kaepernick to somebody who ain't been in the league 3 years. It's not a good look for Jay Z. I don't care what you say. It's not a good look. He can have good motivation. He can have good intentions, but it's still, I'm going to tell you why. Because Colin Kaepernick still does not have the thing. He lost his job. Maybe if Jay Z's like, okay, man, I'll do this, but some teams got to, and I don't know if he has this amount of power or whatever. 6 teams got to work him out. Colin Kaepernick needs to at least be on the depth chart somewhere. If I don't get that, then I'm not helping y'all. Y'all not helping him. Here's the thing that makes Jay Z look the worst is Kaepernick still don't have a job, and now Jay Z does. Oh man, Jay Z wasn't even in the NFL.
You know what though, Kev?
You ain't got no job, man. But let me help. He ain't gonna help him get signed.
I still feel like it's early to know what the move is though, and I feel like that's what Hope's playing.
He playing the long
to
game.
His chest, cause like he hasn't put out an official statement of like action items he's trying to do. You know what I mean? Like especially now that he's talking in the part owner conversation. So I feel like I don't know. It's.
I guess this is my biggest question. How was the NFL supposed to rectify the situation with Colin Kaepernick?
The NFL was supposed to say, we tricked. The Ravens could have signed you. I think the Steelers were interested in signing you. Seahawks were interested in signing you. We kind of all looked at each other and was like, we don't want these problems. That was wrong. We're going to have an open workout. Somebody needs to sign Colin Kaepernick. Roger Goodell should have had an owners meeting and was like, look, let me look at these depth charts, bro. You got these people on here. Somebody got to sign Colin Kaepernick. I don't care. 3-year deal. He needs to have the opportunity to play.
But by that rationale, then it's more solvent. So then now it's really more about the Colin issue and not about the issues that Colin was bringing awareness to. If that's what you're
All
saying.
Colin wanted to do was be able to play football and protest. His protest cost him the opportunity to play football. He should be able to continue to do his job, the thing he worked his whole life for, and still have his thoughts about America. His thoughts about America cost him the thing he worked his whole life for. And it's a ticking time clock. Because now it's 3 years out the league. Then it's going to be 4. Then it's going to be 5. Then it's going to be like, well, actually, he can't even play in the league now, my bad. He can't. He's not even physically fit enough to do it. The window for NFL people is already short. Most people play 2 or 3 years max. 8, 9 years if you're great. So Colin Kaepernick is creeping up there. Eventually, it's just going to be like, man, you really just lost your job for this. You're not going to make that money elsewhere. His Nike money it's not NFL money. I mean, it's undisclosed, but he's not. All his endorsements, all that stuff goes up if he's actually playing football. And Colin Kaepernick had led a team to the Super Bowl no less than 3 years before that. Like, we talking about he was trapped, bro. He was lighting people up. He was balling in the Super Bowl.
That was 1 year, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that was like
really good defense that we had.
I'm not discrediting. No. I'm not discrediting Kaepernick.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
really good defense.
No.
I'm just saying Trent Dilfer got a ring too. Trent Dilfer did get a ring.
Yeah, and Jeremy Lin got a ring with the Raptors. That's not. No. That's not the point,
bro. Colin Kaepernick was running all over people.
What I'm saying is that pedestrian quarterbacks have won Super Bowls before.
So
that's what I'm saying.
No. Don't. I don't agree with that.
You telling me that Kaepernick was out here killing?
That year, absolutely, he was.
The 49ers, the years that he
they didn't know how to defend
had
him.
Trash linemen, they had trash receivers.
And a stellar defense.
Not the year he knelt.
Defense didn't score ever.
Yeah, but
you want to blame him? The whole team was trash.
It was trash.
If you put him on
another
team,
coach too.
But now he's trash. When they were good, he balled. When they suck, now it's his fault. If he was on a good team, if he had a chance to compete for a good team, he'd still been the same player. Like, stop.
Enough.
Ya basta. Like, stop. Like, I'm okay not enjoying the NFL. I like it, but I don't like it at the expense of everything it stands for. Which, if they're not a problem for the police brutality, but they're basically like, bro, we don't want to hear about that.
What?
They've managed to keep it to the side long enough for Jay Z to come in, is what Kev's saying.
Jay Z gave them a lifeline that they definitely needed.
And if it was Jermaine Dupri, nobody would care like this.
Yes, he gave them a lifeline that they desperately. And again, two things can be true. He might be trying to do something good. He might end up doing something good.
Just the timing and everything.
But the timing, the fact that Kaepernick still lost everything, and all the stuff Jay Z said prior, and I'm with Cap. He wearing the jerseys, but you're with it now. What it looks like is I'm with Cap until I get an opportunity to be with myself. That's Rico.
Really feel?
Yes, dude, that's Rico and paid in full. We all together.
Oh man, you can't Rico home.
Listen. I'm with Cap means if you ain't making no money, Jay Z really don't need the money. You ain't making no money. I'm not making no money. We gonna hit them where it hurts.
He has enough money. This is not about money with Hov.
Then why is he getting paid for it?
Would you say
Don't bring me into this.
Josh can't help you,
I'm
bro.
not your little life raft, man.
Like I'm saying, bro, I feel like when you hurt the NFL now, you know how bad they need black culture, black people?
Bro, I think their ratings were the lowest ever last year, right?
Bro, they like, bro, we don't want to deal with this. And there's more people, and here's the thing about you. You're going to take a lot of heat, but people feel like you. Like, you're not alone. A lot of people feel like you, and that's what the NFL wants. Can we just move past this? We ain't really
do you at least agree that there should be some safe havens of the stresses of the world?
Premier League soccer. Righteous. Because you know what? That's the same thing they say about Tony Baker. When Tony speaks out about stuff that ain't comedy, people tell him, bro, stick to comedy. I come to your page to hear about comedy. I want to watch animal. I want to watch animal videos. I want to laugh. Tony, all them MAGA fans Tony has, because he does all them animal videos, they don't see his face, they don't hear his thoughts. They're like, man, when he speaks out about black stuff or anything, black stuff, women's rights, you know what they tell him? I had a long day at work. I don't come to your page for that. Can you stick to comedy? That's essentially what you're saying. I don't really want to hear all that stuff about how you feel, all that stuff. I just want to laugh, and that's what they're going to tell you. And you ain't never going to tell me that. I'll make funny video when I feel like making a fun video, but if something else happens, I'm going to talk about that. And if you don't want to deal with it, then you ain't going to whoop me. But that's essentially what you're saying. You telling them to stick to football, stick to comedy.
I wasn't saying that. I was just saying this.
That's the playbook.
I just wish at some point there was an end result in line that we could see.
I wish there was an end result to police brutality. I wish that more than I wish that for the NFL. And that's real. I'm not even just trying to make... I wish we could say like, oh, actually, man, when you kill black people wrong, we just talked about the dude from Eric Garner just got fired.
That's just ridiculous.
He choked somebody to death on camera. How many white mass shooters hardly any of them are ever even killed?
Bro, and it's eerie to me seeing, I don't know if you guys saw that that graphic with all the white mass shooters together.
All in jail.
All in jail, man.
Mental illness. Oh, we want to understand. Ain't nobody trying to understand Trayvon Martin or Mike Brown. We'll shoot you. Ain't no understanding. They're in jail innocently. People who actually killed 9, 10, 30 people.
Massacres, bro.
They get arrested. People who kill black people, they don't even lose their jobs. Much less go to jail. They don't even lose their jobs.
It's like paid leave, man.
Paid
Slap
leave
on the wrist.
to keeping their jobs. That to me is more important than being able to sit down and watch football on Sunday. I can find another way to entertain myself. I can find another sport. I can find something else. I can take my son. I was at my son's soccer game all weekend.
He
was balling. He was balling.
I think he plays with a different type of spark when you're in the building, man.
Dude, he tried to guilt trip me. We were at the soccer game, and it was great. Melissa wasn't great that she was sick, but she was sick all weekend, so she didn't go to the game Saturday. And Zay, make friends, and you stay home and make friends, and you text, and you want to see his game. So it was just me and Joe.
You and young Joe.
End of the second game, he was like, "It's so good to have you here." You can finally, he's not. He's a jerk. Yes, good to see you, man. Usually you're out on tour at a show. You don't usually have a chance to come watch me play soccer, do you? And I told him, I said, look, I just got offered a world tour. I told y'all about it. And this is world. Like October, November, yes. Like all the cities I want to perform in America.
On one tour?
On one tour. North America in November, December. Oh, I'm sorry, Europe in November, December. North America, January, February. Famous person. Another offer. They came back. I had already said no.
I
might not have.
Right.
I was going to say.
They came back. Actually, I don't think I told y'all the first time. They came back.
You said no?
They came back like, man.
Same person?
Same person.
Okay.
Look, man, I don't. The opening acts just ain't good, man. Please. Come on the road with me.
I'm sure that bag was looking right, too.
And you said no?
I said, man, I would love. And this is a person I've been a fan of. When I worked at Bank of America, I was enjoying them. I mean, this was before they even got as famous as they are. And this is just one person. I got an offer to go on a tour with David Mann when I was in Essence. They're like, man, we should tour in the fall.
Man, that would have been cool.
What did you do?
Sorry.
But I told my son, because he didn't know. I'm like, let me let you know. Because maybe you're not realizing what I say no to.
Right.
I like, man, let me let you know. I said, man, I turned down an opportunity of a life. And I might not get that opportunity, and probably won't. But man, for me right now, there was no feeling like watching him destroy those small white children. Oh,
balling.
And that's only what I caught on camera. You didn't yesterday? I be texting Josh.
He was back. Why don't you be texting me, man?
Because you don't text good and you don't know about soccer.
You've been trash on the text.
Josh, you remember when JoJo at the Y, he could not score from distance. He would dribble through everybody. He had to. This is the goal. He needed to be right here. He'll beat the goalie. This dude is outside the box. I'm talking about they passed JoJo the ball. He lined it up. I mean,
Put it on frame.
kids are coming, running to him. He takes the ball. I wish I was standing up. Ball comes to him. He stops it, takes a step, lines it up. Boom! The goalie was just like,
Wow.
I mean, I was like, whoo!
He in
3
that
minutes
bag?
later. 3 minutes later. And I can't catch the stuff on because I looked down. I'm almost punched myself. I looked down on Saturday. JoJo didn't have the ball. The ball was in the goalie's hand. I looked down. It was 9 o'clock. I was like, I wonder if Josh got the video up. All right. I looked down for 3 seconds. All the parents, JoJo from distance. I was like, my son. The dude had the goalie kicked it to him. He stopped it and scored. Before, I had not even looking down for 4 seconds. Like, I had looked at my phone all game.
You missed it.
And I missed
Stay
it.
in the moment.
So I said the next, and trust me, of the weekend, okay, Trump supporting football lover.
Relax.
99% yes you are. Shut up and dribble.
MAGA
90, yeah, you might as well vote for Trump since you want to vote for the 1st
Don't
time.
put that
Shut
on
up,
me,
you
man.
blacks. Shut up, you blacks. You niggers, just jump and play football. You spooks.
I'm not editing that.
So,
I'm not editing that.
so the rest of the game, I'm like, look, man, I'm not missing nothing else. Man, this kid was, and that's just his goals. His bet, and I was talking to Josh about this. I actually meant to text you, but I didn't want to look down too much. I think JoJo is a better defender than he is a goal scorer. Because he does not want to lose more than he wants to score.
He's like Kawhi Leonard on the soccer field.
Yes.
Does he play midfield?
He plays everything. And that's the thing, one of our kids is a great goal scorer, but he's only a great goal scorer. Another kid is a great defender. JoJo can play all the spots. And what's important, because what I noticed about his coaches is when we need to score, they're like, all right, put JoJo up. But when we need to not let people score,
Pull him back.
Bro, there was this kid, it's delicious to me as an over-competitive parent. When your kid is good and they're used to dominating and you're on the same side as JoJo and every time your kid gets the ball, JoJo takes it. He's bodying kids. No.
Shoulder.
Bro, the coaches were frustrated. They were like, man, who is this? They're like the number 10. They can't get past him.
Really?
No matter how good you are, because he's even if you beat him, he catches up. So JoJo was like, why don't they put him on the other side? Like, bro, he puts him on the other side. Our coach can just put you on the other side. Like, if you can't beat him, you can't beat him.
He's a Darrell Reeves out there.
So I don't want to miss. The money is the money. I'm trying to make $1 million cash by 40. That is my goal. I want to have $1 million cash.
I don't know if I could do that.
But at the expense of missing, and I think me and my wife talk about this often because I always feel bad about missing things. My wife is like, Kev, you gotta understand, it's the cumulative effect of parenting. No, cumulative.
Cumulative.
No. The word I'm looking for is cumulative.
That's not a word.
Yes, it is.
It's accumulative. You can't just
use your phone.
Accumulate is the word.
Google.com right now.
Okay, let me just Google it, and I'll read you. Don't pull yours up. Okay, cumulative. Okay, cumulative, increasing or increased quantity, degree, or force by successive additions. The cumulative effect of me being at his games is more important than me missing 1 or 2. He's not gonna remember every soccer game,
right.
But he's going to remember most of the time my dad was there. Or most of the time my dad wasn't there. Right. Now it also helps that I record them and post them on the internet, so in case he forgets, they are there. Mm-hmm. But this weekend was just
seemed like you guys were both having a good time.
I could have ascended to the heavens.
Nah,
Because he's playing something he loves, and me and my wife were we both drove separate cars because the baby had a birthday party, and one of us had to stay with him, and one of us take Zay. And I was like, hey, me and mommy are both driving. Who do you want to ride with? And he got in my car, and I was just like, he loved his dad. But it was great, man. And I don't want to miss that. I don't want to miss all that for lots of money and performing in Stockholm, Sweden, and all these places. Who wants to do that?
Stockholm?
Josh. It was.
It'll
everywhere.
come again, man.
And even if it doesn't, they'll be gone out of my house in 6-7 years. I'm going on the world tour.
Oh, that's 52
that's the
weeks.
thing that I can say that I definitely do empathize with you because Kiara has moved in. She finally got here Thursday. Oh man, I can't get enough.
She be living, man. It's crazy.
She here, man. You know, people are actually giving me grief because I be talking mess about her hair. I just be joking with her like, your hair is a mess. Got like a bunch of Carol, go sit down. I'm doing the Millie Rock over there. I like a bunch of black women like hitting my DMs like, you stop talking about that girl hair.
You should.
I was just kidding.
Nah, man, them kids hurt.
You're a
Kids
powerful
hurt.
black woman. I joke on you all the time
I'm
here.
36. I'm not developing.
Right.
It's not gonna affect me.
Be nice to her, man.
The world is gonna do that.
But
That's why
just
something my brother.
me.
I know, but sometimes, man. Now, I'm just busting your balls, so that's what I
Right.
do. We always say that. I tell my kids because there's been times when my kids or their cousins, like one of my nieces or nephews, I remember, told another nephew or niece. My nephew told my niece, "You ugly." They all laughing.
Side note, we gotta have.
I know. We do it tomorrow.
Okay.
I said, "Look, man, nah. The world's already gonna do that to y'all. You don't do it to each other. We don't joke like that. Because the people in the world gonna say that for real, and if that's what you've been hearing at home, and I know you're joking, I'm not saying. But if that's what you can hear at home, nah. We gotta build each other up in the home to where that other stuff, when the world says it, don't be like, bro, I know you lying. My mom done told me I'm beautiful. My dad done told me I'm beautiful. Bro, you out here dumb, stupid if you feel that way. Enough!
It's actually right. You're right.
You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of times what you think is a joke, now imagine she don't feel that good that day. Imagine she looks in the mirror like, my hair is a mess. Your dad like, girl, your hair is a mess. She's like, oh man, see, my hair is a mess. And trust me, man.
Come to my defense here, John.
Be nice to her. That's your
When we had
defense.
that therapist in there, I was feeling like the world's worst parent. I was
Really?
like, man, I don't know.
I thought that was like our bonding point.
No, you shouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't bond off of that.
Like, oh man, look at you, man.
I wouldn't.
John, I'm sorry for talking about your hair.
I didn't care.
Okay, I love you.
Just better talk against your entire argument.
I just wouldn't. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I know you didn't mean no insults, but you still got to vote for Trump.
Shut up,
Sooner than
man.
later.
So did I really sound like part of the problem, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
What was the comment saying? Was they getting at me?
Oh, they're going in. I
You
can't wait
stay
to
away.
No.
You stay away.
Oh, no.
You stay away. Let's jump. I don't
What was they
know.
saying?
So the couple times I glanced, I was like, "Ooh."
What was they saying?
I feel like
What they said?
more
What
people
they
were
said?
agree. Somebody said you look like Fallen Peach Cobbler.
Jamie Lavin.
Jamie Levine.
I ain't seen Jimmy LeBay.
Yeah, she alright.
What they said?
Cat said, no, do not read the comments.
Oh no! Don't read them. No, listen,
No.
because we can't read them once it goes off. Read them.
You can.
No, you can't. They're not there.
You can click watch live chat, and you watch it in order. And
You have to go to the.
watch the
to
YouTube
the
video. The comments will come in real time.
No.
Yes, boy, I watched it. I used to think that there's a button you can
You
click.
can't do it on your phone, right?
I'm not sure if you can do it on your phone, but I know I watch on the computer. You can't do it now because we're live. But if you go back,
It'll be like on the right hand side.
called you did Don't say Rocky.
Oh no!
It
No!
wasn't good. Don't read them. You're gonna
Oh,
be upset.
no.
Y'all might want to delete the comments altogether. Matter of fact, I was gonna post a snippet of this on the thing to get more Patreons. I don't want to do that to you.
Do it, man.
Nah, bro.
Why?
Because I don't want to do. I know how you are about the
Nah,
comments.
man. Put it up there,
I'm
man.
the same way, bro. I don't want to do it to you, man. Because
You can't be in the comments.
Why didn't you come to my defense?
For what?
he can't defend you, bro.
I'm not gonna put my character on the line.
You the ops.
You the
right
ops,
there with
man.
Jay Z.
Don't-
Yeah, Sean. Yeah, man. Forget them, man.
Hove and Doe are the ops. That's the name of this episode.
You know what's funny? Like after I was really thinking, but I had to really evaluate myself because the NFL did the $80 million. They had done. Kaepernick got the grievance thing, so I was like, you know, man, is that enough for me? Because remember we were boycotting Starbucks about the black police thing, and then they did the $2 million thing. I was like, I felt like that was enough. I don't think I'm ever gonna come back fully. I think I have lost interest.
It's jaded.
I am jaded because the Seahawks were on yesterday. We were in Yard House. The Seahawks were on, and I like football. Like I grew up playing, watching. Like I feel like I wasted a lot of my life just sitting there watching. But it was like a currency among black people in the barbershop. Black men, we talk about it.
Currency.
Yeah, like knowing sports is like.
No sports are being currency.
Yeah, like when they passed it at the goal line, man. Like, what are they doing? That's a permanent trigger for Kev. I found it and I love it.
So now I just be like, man,
They lost you forever.
I'm good, bro. I'm good. And because first thing I felt bad. Absolutely not.
Really?
And they got recruited, not like that, but when they were running track, the coach, there was a little league coach there, and he was like, "Man, your son's fast, man. Can we play football?" I was like, "No, you ain't gonna knock my baby out." They never could play football, not under my watch. No.
Are you sure that's not a little selfish on your
No,
behalf?
because that's
I
for
don't
their
care,
best
Because you
interest.
did try to play when you were younger, they just didn't have any helmets to fix you.
I don't.
No son of mine will ever play. You just couldn't.
Y'all could play, bro. Because what I know now about the safety, it's a safety issue. Because I mean, the high school, they go to high school and play. There's not a police brutality thing, bro. The amount of injuries that they get, I'm like, I'm not subjecting you to that. Like Zay Zay's not interested in sports like that.
And there are injuries to the head too.
Yeah, like no, you're just gonna be mad at me.
I used to think that I would want my son to like box if I ever have a son, and then after you hear about these guys getting killed,
Man, last week, 2-3 weeks ago, like 2 boxers died within like 2 days of each other after fights in the ring.
What was the comment saying? What was they saying to me?
Why? Why are you gonna
Just
torture
let me just say a
yourself?
few. Just let me just say a few.
No, now they're just like. Let me just go back. You can read the comments on your phone. Nadine says, "Throwing money at the issue won't fix the issue."
These aren't too bad. I could live with these.
We love Doughboy, but don't post the clip, please. I don't want anybody going too far about Doe in his comments. New video title is Doe the Opps.
Put a clip up, man.
No. Alan says, if what Jay Z did is wrong, what is right?
See?
You know what?
See? I am right.
Doughboy's okay. Folks just agreeing to disagree with your opinion. I think that's okay. That's the thing. A lot of people are like, how dare y'all be mad at Jay Z after everything he's done? He could do a lot of stuff. I still could be mad at you.
He still cheated on his wife.
Hey!
He did?
Hey!
He owned it.
Wife, I love my wife. I get mad at her every day. Not every day, but I love her every day, but I get mad at her. She gets mad at me. Like, who you are and what you've done does not absolve you from making poor decisions in the future.
I still don't think it's a poor decision.
I know. This conversation made me question if I want to marry Doughboy anymore. What would your solutions be? That's a good question.
My solution would be to put all the problems out on the table and then move together effectively. I don't feel like the disconnect forever between black people and football should be something that's happening. I feel like football brings joy to us all, like Christmas time. So
Yeah, so do senior relatives at Christmas time.
Dude said football brings joy to us all like Christmas time. Man, what are you talking about?
it does.
You sound like
I feel like in football it brings joy to us all. I like Christmas time. And people like it Christmas. I also like it at Christmas. I want to watch football.
Here's my thing. My first, if the NFL said, Kev, well, look, what do we got to do? We want to have fans like you back. Colin Kaepernick needs a 2-year deal. He needs to have a pro workout because some quarterbacks are going to get injured or they're going to underperform. Out of the 16 starting quarterbacks this season, 10 of those are not going to be starting at the end of the season by injury or choice, whatever. He needs a pro day. Y'all see where he's at, physically fit-wise. He needs one of y'all going to sign him. Somebody's getting cut from one of y'all team. He's on a 53-man NFL roster right now.
And what if he starts and then he just stinks it up?
I don't care. He stinks it up. Is he the only quarterback to ever stink it up? No. There's somebody quarterback on first Sunday going to throw 2 picks, no touchdown.
So your thing is let him back in the league.
He needs to be back in the league before we even have a conversation about anything else. If that was my list of demands, while he still is physically able to play, we ain't even have no conversation until he's back on. He needs to be at least the 3rd quarterback on the depth chart right now. And I mean right. And
So
we ain't talking about nothing.
What about the issues that he was trying to bring awareness
That's
to?
the thing. He just needs an opportunity to play and do that.
No,
the NFL can't fix those police brutality things. What they
now
did,
you see my point. So
how
now
they
it's become less about the issue.
But how the NFL became a problem. If the NFL would have just said, man, look, all right, bro. If the 49ers, the Ravens or the Seahawks would have signed him that year regardless, then that should have happened. Look, man, do whatever you're gonna do. You can nail. People nail every season he was out. Malcolm Jenkins nailed. Chris Long. People was kneeling. Eric Reed's still kneeling. So obviously kneeling is not an issue. You're just gonna have to deal with this. Y'all gonna have to take the hit. Just like in a lot of companies, look, man, we messed up. We're gonna have to take the hit on this, and this is just what happened.
Like
Somebody's gonna have to be out.
Did the racial sensitivity training?
We're gonna close the Starbucks stores for half a day. It's gonna cost us a couple $1 million. We're gonna train them, blah blah blah, and now that's done. And I went right back to Starbucks after that. I was like, strawberry outside, eat.
So now why can't you come back to the football?
Because I feel like they didn't do anything. They paid him for lost wages, yes, but it's not like he has the inability to play now. And I honestly don't think he's ever gonna play in the league again.
So you're never gonna fold you back. What if
Manchester United, glory, glory, Man U. And by the way, quiet is kept. When you really like take now, soccer is hard because we don't grow up with it, and we're used to high scoring basketball, football. Soccer is really entertaining when you know how the game's playing, even without them scoring goals.
That's why when they get that one goal,
you see it because you see. I now see how a team can dominate a game without having scored yet. Because we played a game on Saturday against a team, like this team used to beat the brakes off us. They got a black kid with sunglasses, like he has glasses on, but they're like transition lenses. Light us up. Joe was like, nah, bro, we off that. That was the old Joe. You ain't scoring on us. Great game. Nobody scored because you get the touches and like it's so close and the goal almost hits or hits the crossbar. Or yesterday, our goalie stopped a penalty kick.
oh man,
And it was a hard one. He didn't just guess the right way. It was high. He had to guess, jump. He punched the ball up, bro. I almost lost it.
Can we do an R&R Adventures soccer game?
Man, we should. We were gonna go to LA. Me and Josh were gonna go to LAFC.
Why are y'all gonna do stuff without me?
Because you the ops, bro.
Brazil plays Peru next month.
I'm the ops.
I'm gonna be out of town that day. Candace looked into the tickets, but we can go to.
Well, why wasn't you talking to
Where you going?
Hmm?
Where you going?
I got a little
Get off tour, man.
I'm trying. No,
I'm-
man, you
I'm
don't
the-
like soccer.
I'm the ops now?
Yeah, you the ops, bro.
There's probably another national
Well, we
game.
can go to the. What's the other team here? LAFC, and what's the other one?
Galaxy. I don't know Galaxy. We gotta plug LA.
We can watch Atlanta United when they come to town. They got that Mexican dude with the blonde hair. He be balling. And by the way, America sucks.
Oh, we are
It's not good.
we're the
There's
AYSO of
Yeah.
like YMCA.
There's one American who is in Europe. I've been doing my research.
You have
Christian
been.
Pulisic.
I've been enjoying your threads with your questionnaires on Twitter.
Soccer is crazy, bro. You know, like okay, so you know how the Yankees make a lot of money, and they be having a crazy roster because they have like luxury cap.
Mm-hmm.
In soccer, the best teams that make the most money, they could just buy best players. Like
yeah, you were telling me that.
a sheik from Dubai, I think, he bought Manchester City, and then was just like, bro, we finna ball. Like a drug dealer.
Just went and bought all the best
Bro,
players.
bought new, because you know the sheiks be rich. New stadium, new practice facility. Then they just literally start the best coach, then the best players. They've been breaking records like crazy. And then you can get like revenue.
No salary cap.
No salary cap. If you sell, I mean, you can literally use concessions, jersey sales, TV rights, all the stuff that the money your team generates. You can then use a budget. Your budget's based on how much money your team makes, not the league. So they're not worried about parity. Like, nah, Real Madrid's gonna be good every year. Barcelona's gonna be good every year. In the Premier League, I've learned there's 6 teams that are pretty much always gonna be top 6: Manchester United, Manchester City, Tottenham, Chelsea, and Arsenal, like one more. I looked through like the last 15, 20 years, one of those 6 teams won almost every year, except Leicester
How many
City
teams
won.
are in the league?
This is the next thing that's best about soccer. There's 20 teams, right? But they have different divisions. They got the Premier League, which is the top. Then they got EPL 2 and 3. When you're the bottom 3 of the first league, you get kicked out. And top 3 from the next league up get promoted. So if you trash, like the Browns, if they were in
I'll be a rat.
the Browns will be done. Like you ain't finna just keep sucking. There's another league. We're gonna try these people out.
Which kind of makes it good. 'Cause it
Great.
keeps the ecosystem A1.
So there's always different teams in the league?
The bottom 10,
Fluctuate.
there's new teams coming in and out.
Oh, that's probably better.
That's fantastic. It's the easiest way to understand soccer is if you watch college sports. So like the Premier League is like if you use the football, the Premier League is like the SEC. Like they have a lot of the good teams. And then in Europe you have Spain has their Premier Division, and then Germany has their Premier Division. And so like the SEC would be good, and the Pac-10 would be good, and the Big 12. You know what I mean? Like, and of those things, so it's always gonna be like Alabama, Clemson. They're always gonna be in the mix. You know what I mean? It'd actually be better if you did it in basketball, because football, because there's tournaments in soccer, but it's like Duke, like that team's always going to be in the mix, and that conference is always going to have teams in the mix, and the Pac-10 is always going to have Arizona or UW or whatever, and then you're going to have your other ones in the Big Ten, whatever. But that's the easiest way to understand. They have tournaments that count. They have the Champions League, which is like the March Madness, but played out over the whole season.
How long are the games? Like an hour?
90 minutes.
Champions League's crazy though because it's like a conglomerate of all the leagues.
Yes. So like England gets 4 teams in, Spain gets 4 or 5, Germany gets like 3, but then like every country. So that like all year, like they have the playing games for March Madness. Like the trash teams, y'all will duke it out at the beginning of the season. The good teams, they don't even start playing till the middle of this year-long tournament. It's crazy.
Oh, so it's like a playoff type of like.
It's a playoff, but it's like interleague though. It's not. You don't have to necessarily be. It's not like the conventional teams that play each other that year.
Yeah.
It's the best from this league plays the best from this league. It might be in another country.
Yeah.
What team as a podcast are we going to endorse?
I'm Manchester United.
You're Manchester United.
You know what's funny about the Champions League?
What?
These guys said they'd rather win the Champions League than the World Cup.
That's how elite it is.
That's how good it is. I thought the World Cup was the premier thing, and they want to win that. But see, the World Cup is like, okay, all the best people from Brazil and all the best people from France and Germany. The Champions League is like Barcelona has all the best people from Spain, and they also can buy another player who's from like Portugal, I think. I think Ronaldo was playing for Real Madrid for the last
during
few
that
years.
time.
Yeah. So it's just dope, man. It's great.
Well, I want to get into it. And so we're Laker fans, and
I'm not
we're.
no Laker fan.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I lost my
No,
team.
just
When
because
the
you live in a
Sonics,
city doesn't mean
when the
you
Sonics
have to be a
were
fan of
ripped
them.
from
You a
my
Laker
heart,
fan?
I died.
I enjoy watching them.
I thought both of them people like Laker fans. We
I
talked
like
about
LeBron.
this.
I just enjoy the NBA overall. I don't have any particular team.
But we live in LA.
You are trying to justify why you ran away from the Sacramento Kings and you want to be a Laker fan now.
Because I've lived in LA for 10 years.
So what, man? I lived in Washington for 13 years. If they had a basketball team, I'd be whatever that team is, suck or not, that's my team. I don't just move to LA now and LA. Tony been here for 12, 14 years. He still watches the Bulls. You're just unloyal. You just want to support winners only.
That's true.
If the Kings were still good, you would be a Kings fan.
No, I would not.
Yes, you would. You lying. The Kings won 3 rings in the last 4 or 5 years. You wouldn't be talking about no
Sacramento,
LA.
it ain't accident. Dough, am I right? Because
You're
I'm dope.
opportunists just like Jay Z.
Wow, man, you really felt some certain type of way.
I already knew who you were, man.
Wow.
And
that's
some
how
people you just work with, and some people are your friends.
Wow.
Co-workers.
Friends.
That's a mean thing to say. Hey,
All right.
man, so wait, the next episode is going to be the Doughboy birthday episode.
You're
I
right
have
on
a
Wednesday, ain't it?
I have a few tricks up my sleeve.
Do you?
No.
Don't make things weird. Just
Doughboy
Sing
is
happy
40
birthday.
and he is like losing. Is there anybody who's 40 in the comments who can give Doughboy some piece of advice? Because the rest of us
It's
are
been a
like,
rough couple of weeks for me.
why?
It's another year, man.
You're alive.
Lord.
You from the streets. You're
But
supposed to be
40.
dead.
It's 40.
What are you not? What is Doughboy suffering from?
I'm not suffering. It's just when I think about the flow of life, the ebbs and flow.
Ebbs.
Ebbs and flows.
Mike Epps.
So
The eggs and flow is you.
I'm about to be 40.
Yes.
Me quantifying how quickly 10 years went from 30 to
Bruh.
40,
Oh man.
it was this.
So are you fearing death?
No. I'm not, it's no fear of anything. It's just recognition of how precious life is and how quickly it go. Because 10 years ago, I was like, man, I'm going to move to LA. I'm going to try this thing out.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm just like, if I repeat this last 10 years, and let's just say this next 10 years is that quick, I'm 50.
So
You're 5 years away from getting that AARP card.
Why is that bad though? Because aren't you enjoying your life? You worked hard over the last 10 years. Now you're starting to reap some benefits from that.
I like it.
Career-wise,
It's just that-
life-wise. Your baby's here.
Hey, Kiara, what up?
Hi.
I love you.
Why is that a bad thing as opposed to something to enjoy? Life is to be enjoyed. We gonna be dead. Before we dead, like I was really thinking, like I'm doing what I want to do career-wise, family-wise, and travel-wise. Like I'm very happy.
No, I'm happy. That's what I'm saying. It's just that I want more.
What?
I want a house.
What is that gonna make you feel? Why is that gonna make you? Is that gonna make you feel more accomplished? You want to own a house, or you want to rent a house, or does it matter?
I just want to sleep in it all the time.
You could have a house if you want to move to Pomona. Whatever you paying rent right now, if you move further out, you could have a house. Like my boy just moved.
Why is that you? I feel like you never seem to feel any pressure of your age. You just always just seem to just be Kevin. No pressures?
I don't know. I feel like I try to just enjoy life. I don't always want to be feeling angst about something I haven't done or should be doing or anything like that. I used to feel like that. Like, remember, like we talked about this before. I felt silly. Like, man, LeBron's younger than me. He does this, and Issa Rae is this. But honestly, man, the life I have, I'm enjoying. I think about this a lot. Kevin Hart makes, he top Forbes list again.
I saw that.
Again, but I wouldn't risk being a high-paid comedian if it would have cost me my wife. Or my kids looking at me. There's no amount. $80 million would not be worth it for me to have a new wife and my kids part-time. The movie career is just, for me, that is not as important. My boy and I were talking about this one time. He said, man, you realize we always going for more, and somebody's happy being the night manager at Waffle House with a shotgun, a double wide, and a pickup truck. And they are happier than
40 hours a week.
It's all about what
Working
you gotta define your happiness.
You got to define your happiness, man. Like, that's why I compare myself to my old self. Like, of course, my brother's house is a monstrosity. My house is just like, hey, little stupid house.
I just got no roommate.
No roommate, man. Oh, dough. Like, I feel like the next 10 years of your life might be the best thing. But if you're just moping about what you don't have, you're always going to have something that you don't have. Always. Someone will always have more than you. You'll always be more. If you're never happy.
You know what I don't even really be thinking about either? Really quit my job 6 months ago.
I think it's more than 6 months ago.
No, February 1st.
March, April, May, June, July, August.
That's 6.
That's 6.
That's 6 months.
6 months.
It should be September. I won't be 7.
That's true. September's next week.
So yeah,
I feel like all we do is go from one thing we're unhappy about to something else we're unhappy about.
Honestly, with me, the only thing is just the wife and wanting more kids.
At 40, you think those eggs still gonna cook?
Might be green eggs.
You want more kids?
I was thinking about that. I might not.
Have you had a baby for an extended period of time?
When I had the maybe baby for a little bit, I was like, man,
I love you.
Even when I held her, I was just like, I'm gonna have to do
Have
this.
you been working on that set? Because Ratchet Tour start next month.
Can we talk about what we're doing for the show, please, guys?
We gotta figure something out. This is coming up. We just keep every time I look at you, just be like,
Yeah, we'll talk about
We do
it.
a little stand up. We do what we, bro. It's a chance to connect with our people live.
Okay, but are we shooting it? How are we?
Yeah, man, shoot. No, not for release. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay, well that's what I was asking. Like,
Nah, man, were you supposed to be cutting us a trailer from Essence in our podcast and our stand-up?
yeah, Kev, I gotta figure that out in between the extra shoot days and stuff we've been doing.
Okay.
The extra podcast.
nah, man, you can do more.
Do you have any video from Essence?
I'm scared to look because I don't know if I do that's good or not.
You don't need to be good if you make it a music thing.
No, I know.
Why
I'm
do you
not.
do
I'm
that?
not
I
talking.
can do some bars. One day is on the way.
When are you supposed to come out on Wednesday?
We're coming out on Wednesday.
Be happy, man. You can't just tell somebody to be happy.
Nah.
Am I rude? Am I rude because I have a wife and kids? So I'm telling you to be happy. Is that inconsiderate? Why?
Because
You had a wife.
I feel like that's not empathetic.
yeah. No, it's worse when you be trying to give out that. When you be smack your teeth.
I had nothing. I was just like, ah.
No, I think it's when you be trying to give out the dating advice. I'll be like,
Yeah.
Well, don't ask me,
Shut up.
bro. You be coming to me for advice, man.
because you're my friend.
I
Well,
found
I
the
don't
one.
know.
Oh, Lord.
What's up with that? Again, I ain't heard no words about the previous one, the one.
You know what? You know really how it comes to the.
Don't look at me.
Regina ain't calling. That's what.
Oh, that's
I
dinner.
just had to accept it. I was just like,
Why are you still holding on to that?
Wait, dog, when are we doing your birthday dinner?
oh, what are we? I don't know.
We're about to leave tomorrow
Shit,
night.
we're out.
Nobody care about my birthday.
I just asked. We asked last time. You said Del Friscos.
Why you here? You look so defeated.
Guys, my people ask me what I'm gonna do for my birthday. I literally have nothing.
You said Del Friscos.
Y'all leaving tomorrow?
Yes, you knew this.
Your daughter's here.
Hey, Kiara,
You're supposed to be happy.
love you. I got nothing planned for the birthday. I feel like I should have planned something for 40. And y'all ain't even gonna be here. And y'all laugh at
We
this?
gotta work.
Y'all ain't even gonna be here.
You knew that.
Cancel the show.
I can't. By the way, before we go, I want to say something about this doggone show in New York. Stupid SOBs. That's the name of the club.
Oh, I thought you were
I
insulting
was
me.
like, Kevin.
No, SOBs is
I thought you were calling
Sounds of
them
Brazil.
SOBs.
Yeah, I don't understand
Sounds
the
of
title.
Brazil.
I never
Let me
heard.
tell you what they did, and I just.
Versus.
Book it with a promoter.
That's always a better plan of action.
Okay, we booked it with them. How many seats do y'all have? 300. Okay, cool. 300 seats, 300. Because people, I know this is a music venue.
Mhm.
People are okay standing up for musicians. Not okay standing up for comedians. No problem, bro. We see 300. I got it. We've done all types of stuff here. Okay. Send me some pictures. Here's some pictures. Yeah, these pictures are great, but most of these are people standing up for music. Oh yeah, bro. Don't worry.
Oh, you said this before?
We talked on the phone, and I have it on text. 300 seats. Greg gets an email from them like, how many tickets did y'all sell? Greg's like, 300. Y'all told us you could see. No. This is not the person who told me this, by the way. It's somebody else on their staff. Oh no, we only seat 170. Another 130 can
That's
stand.
That's 130 less than 300.
130 can stand. We house 300. I don't know why that guy told y'all we seat 300. I'm like, you mean to tell me y'all don't see 300? No, and I don't know. And they're like, this guy, he's done this before. So I'm like, so what am I supposed to do? Don't know. So Greg's like, okay, can we rent chairs? Nah. They're like, it physically will not fit. The way the venue is set up. Because usually if a place stands through, you can almost by nature take a third of that, and that's what it seats. Like there's been a lot of venues we picked, they're like, oh, we standing room 800, seating 350. So if he stands 300, seating probably 150, 170, something like that. So now I'm stuck with 300 paying people, and I can't get them in.
How many shows do you have at this venue?
2.
So 600 paying people.
Oh yeah, 600 paying people.
And you can only seat
I can only
340.
Yes. So I have to email these people.
How are you gonna pick who gets to go?
I didn't. I just basically said, this sucks. Like, you guys, we didn't know. Matter of fact, not only did we did not know, we were told the opposite. We checked, double checked, told the opposite. I was just like, man, just ask for refunds. I don't know what else to tell you. I would not want to stand up and see anyone tell jokes. I would not stand up for an hour and a half. Me.
Nobody would.
I go to concerts though, no problem standing. It's not my favorite thing to do, but actually I don't stay for the whole 2 time. Josh be at concerts all the time standing up. But he got young knees. So I'm not gonna stand up. When I go to concerts, I wanna sit. I'll stand up and clap, and then I'm like, ooh,
So I mean you're gonna have to tell
I'm getting killed.
300 people, sorry.
Yes. And then they're like, why don't you just do 2 shows? Okay, and then when I do 2
And
shows,
that doubles your...
I have to pay the comedians twice. And also, there's no guarantee that people want to go to either of the shows. If you can't seat them, what if everybody still wants to go to the 7 o'clock show? Now we got oversold 1 show.
And why would they wait until mere days before?
Here's the thing.
They
The
probably
lady
think you guys
thought
will
we
sell the
knew.
ticket.
No, and you know what else I just thought about? They were asking me along the way how you do on set. I'm telling
That's
you.
probably why they said that, because they didn't think you were going to sell those tickets.
Yeah.
So
But the lady is
kind of
thinking.
max out.
Yes. So we have a new show in New York on October 30th, Righteous and Ratchet. I can't do the real comedians because Tony's on tour, on his own tour. But that ticket link is in the Patreon bio. It's gonna be live for a week there before it's ever publicized publicly.
Is this link up yet for these?
Oh, I need to put that in there. Ain't nobody really seemed too excited about it.
Y'all ain't excited about these?
I can't make a third show. Somebody just said that because we have to go to North Carolina. All right, I gotta go get my kids.
Dang, how long has this episode been?
An hour and 24 minutes.
Jeez.
Yeah, we love y'all. We'll actually see you tomorrow for the main episode. Doughboy, you are still loved.
The birthday episode.
While you watch your beloved NFL, I'll still love you.
That I just Amazon that MAGA hat. It should be here by tomorrow. If not, for sure your birthday. Just let me know.
Stop, man. People are gonna start calling me.
No,
stuff.
I can just put the address to your house. That way you can actually get some like political promo too. It'll get you all the.
Clink, 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 clink. You know what that sound was? Me kicking your car under this table. Come on, give it.
All right, guys, we love y'all.
Come on.
We'll see y'all tomorrow for the bonus or the main episode.
Hey, God.
God bless you.
I
God
love you.
keep you. We'll see you at the conference.
Hold on, let me keep talking to them. Come in here, Carol. You can come talk to people with me.
Okay.
You turn it off? Don't turn it off.
There's two phones. There's been two
Don't
phones
worry
this
about
whole
sending
time.
me that, Josh.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Just send the link to Serena and we'll have her.
No, man. We gotta still. We have to do it.
No, we don't.
We have to.
No, because the
don't.
conversation is gonna go away from Jay Z and it's gonna go back to Colin. Then that
I
defeats.
sounded trash. Why would you let me sound trash?
You just kept going.
You are who you are, man. I can't change the way you think.
Chile plays Argentina September 7th. If you're here,
What day of the week is that?
You talking to me too?
Thursday. No, you don't. You're not. Why would you?
I am here. Why are they? All of these countries coming here. They
There's
just
a bunch of
go international
exhibition. It's
training?
exhibition season.
Are they trying to get America into the to the sport?
It gives them the opportunity to see these teams. But you know who plays for Argentina?
Messi, but he's
He
not
did.
playing. He's
He
hurt.
got the. No, I think
got
he's
hurt in
going
Copa
through some
America.
like legal stuff.
No, he's hurt. He got hurt in the Copa America.
Aguero.
Does he?
I think Aguero is Argentina.
Why y'all,
Really?
why y'all let me sound that way, man?
Because I want
Why
you
did
to
you do this under the table?
I want you to say your real feelings.
Trash. Yo, what up, man? You live here now.
Is she in the shot?
No.
You're not even in the shot,
Oh
Kiara.
no, I was dancing this whole time. Dang.
They're calling her cute.
Thanks. Alright, guys, I'm gonna get my nails done. See? Look, hey, look, these are my nails. Wait, no, let's do this one because this one is not.
I'm so glad I don't have girls. There's just more stuff you have to do. Zay's growing his hair. I'm like, this is great. Now you just gotta get lined up.
Did he start
Cheaper
school?
for me. No, it starts tomorrow. Joe doesn't care about his hair. He just keeps it cut low so he doesn't have to brush it.
They both got uniforms though, huh?
Oh yeah, it's the best. Actually, uniforms kind of suck though, because they only be selling them at certain times of the year and they be out of the sizes. If I could just go to H&M, I could just buy a whole bunch of stuff and not have to think about it.
I went to H&M.
Alright, get out of here in 2 seconds.
Alright, guys, go follow me
All right,
on
now she
Instagram.
goes
Bye.
You want to read the comments and talk to
Yeah, let
people?
me see what they're saying.
Alright, time ready to go.
Josh, let's
Follow
go
me
to
on
Popeye see if they have a
Instagram
chicken
at
sandwich.
Oh, they said it's every on Monday.
KIXRA.
Today's Monday.
Popeyes?
Yeah.
Because you know who else put up a post about that?
Who?
The Jeffro.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. He was like, man, where is this sandwich at? He was like,
Let's call the one on Ben Owen and see if they have it because I'm hungry.
well, you trying to get it right now?
Rashid and Benoit?
Because I got to leave my kids' uniform. Anyway, in South Africa. They're doing new comments now. They'll tell you what they think.
About what?
I advise you to not go in there as your friend and your legal counsel.
Remember when you told us to tell you not to do something earlier? This is that thing.
Well, let me see what they were saying, man.
You can't go back that far. Read the comments from now. They'll tell you.
Oh, am I still live?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Yes, you are. It's delayed. That's why Kiara's still in there.
I was about to say, yeah, because she's still here.
It's delayed.
Sorry, the mailbox is full.
Answer the
and
phone.
there's not
I'm calling again, man. I'm blowing them up.
I want that sandwich.
Everybody said don't. They all said don't go see the. Was that bad? But you understand what I was saying, though, right?
Yeah, I understand. You're a white American.
White boy.
That's you.
Why would y'all do this to me?
I think you gotta feel how you feel.
That really is how I feel, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
You gonna watch the NFL? I know. You gonna be like, popcorn nachos. I like noodles.
Sorry, the mailbox is
I'm not.
Are the 49ers not your team anymore because they're not good? You're a Rams fan now?
I've been a Rams fan, but that's because I live in LA and I don't like how they did Colin.
Oh, now you don't like how they did Colin.
Dang, it's man. All right, man.
I'm hungry.
Me too.
I might just go to Chick-fil-A.
No. All right.
All right, we can log off.
We love y'all. We'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, this is the camera at
What
the front.
time?
I thought
What
we were
time
filming on
we?
this one.
We're actually matching the second, right? 1 p.m. Pacific. All right, cool. All right, Josh, you can turn it off. We love y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow.